It's like the filmmakers read the premise of the original and said, okay, that's a fine description, but that's over 70 years ago. Let's just explode more things, have more nameless, faceless characters, and a romance that nobody really goddamn cares about. And then let's add more shootouts and more drama with people that don't actually goddamn matter because none of the characters are descript or have any distinctive qualities or just random people that happen to have French names and happen to be French people doing French things in an Arabic country and explodey, transporting nitroglycerin across dangerous goddamn roads, not understanding what made the original good. Taut drama, some good fleshed out characters, and some good tension. Actually understanding how to make a proper film and expand on the original is not something that these filmmakers understood, and I'll never understand how remaking an original is so goddamn hard, but maybe if the filmmakers weren't so catastrophically inept, then they would actually understand what the fuck they're doing. Oh yeah, that's right, The Wage of the Fear. That's what the fuck I'm reviewing. It's a Netflix original that is based on, wait for it, The Wages of Fear from 1953. I just retro-reviewed that recently. Check that out. It's on Max. In fact, check out the Roy Scheider version that came out in 1977 that I haven't seen yet, but it has to be way better than this. Way goddamn better than this. Look, I heard that they remade this, and I just did watch the original and was really, really impressed. Granted, it's a little bit long. Long in the toot, as the kids might say. I don't think the kids have ever said that. At about 2 hours and 30 minutes. And sure, there are some moments that might be considered boring to some people and tame by today's standards, but actually had life and energy and enthusiasm and a feeling of bleakness. This one is just bad. This is really, really bad. I'm not even going to name the filmmaker, the writer, or the cast. They know what they did. So yeah, the basic non-spoiler premise is you have two teams transporting some nitroglycerin to stop an explosion at a refinery or pipeline thing somewhere in a nameless Arabic country. Yeah, they might have actually named it, but it doesn't really matter. Instead of South America, we go to an Arabic country where, boy, the geopolitics are just thrown out the window, and we just have random people attacking. And we have a betrayal that goes absolutely nowhere, and a romance that goes absolutely nowhere. Granted, the actress that plays Clara, who's pretty much the only featured woman in this, outside of like one that ties into one character a little bit later on. Yeah, the actress playing Clara is pretty, but that's really about it. You have the main character is named Fred, the Frenchman. Sounds like a bad animated movie, for God's sakes. There's a good animated French movie, Mars Express. I've seen some good French films this year. Infested, The Animal Kingdom, the aforementioned Mars Express. This is just lazy no matter what country it is. Yeah, they transport nitroglycerin, and it seems like things are going good. They trimmed off about 45 minutes. Making it more action-oriented isn't the worst thing in the world if you actually have pacing and energy and life and enthusiasm, and this film doesn't have any of that. We get bullets flying within the first little bit, and we get a preponderance of a backstory that I don't care how much they tried to tie it into the whole great big convoy full of stupid fucks. I don't understand why they couldn't make this movie better. I couldn't even tie that song in properly, but I don't care. This movie basically fucking broke me. It is really, really bad. And while I could understand trying to twist things around from the original since it is, over 70 years old, this is terrible. This is really, really terrible. And why bother with anything other than spoilers? So I'm going to get into it, and it's on Netflix if you want to check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much it right there, because there's not much that expands on the original, and any homage or homenage that they try to do to the original just ends up being, oh yeah, we're just going to slap you in the face with stuff that filmmakers that are long since dead did better and could do better. Reanimated corpses could make a better film than this. I'm going to get into spoilers. 3, 2, 1, it's on Netflix. Spoilers. So, you have Fred the Frenchman, who bangs Clara in the very beginning. Clara is transporting some vaccines and is trying to help out the citizens of this Arabic village that they just happen to be living in for whatever reason. It's not like the original where they were living there because they had no money and no job opportunities and stuff like that. No, they're just there. Then we find out that Fred ended up in this position because he was tasked with helping a client, and then we get a shootout with some dirty cops. His friend Alex, who had a wife and a child, and they're still alive, by the way. I mean, in theory, the characters don't really look like they were anything beyond reanimated corpses shocked back to life. In fact, the actors all seem like they were. It's like, let's just Weekend at Bernie's these people because we can't give them personality. And it turns out Alex, after teaming up with Fred to break into this guy's safe, I want to back up on this for a second. They were going to steal some money from this safe. The safe of a client that got shot in a shootout. There was also this one actress who ties into being part of the corporation that wants to stop this explosion. Fred could have easily stolen this money. Easily taken this money from this goddamn safe after shooting some people. I'm sorry, he could have. It's not that big of a goddamn house, at least in the area he was in. He could have easily taken the money, but nope, no time for that. Let's go through checkpoints, get Alex, and oh no, Alex blew up the safe, but got caught. Somehow the explosion did not kill every single person in that vicinity, but no time for that. Alex is now doing oil, based fight club stuff and being trapped by, a vicious prisoner guard guy, but no time to worry about that. He gets free to do what he wants any old time, like team up with this convoy to transport this stuff across dangerous terrain. Yeah, there were so many flashbacks in this. I was like, what is this? A time jump Olympics? So there's the flaming tower thing. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. A Leaning Tower of Pizza would have actually, added more levity to this. So, instead of 300 miles, we go 500 miles this time. They can't transport the stuff in the copter. 1, it would be too easy. 2, it would be unstable. And 3, they can't afford that much. So, yeah, the copter gets shot down or beaten down or whatever. It turns out there is somebody that is a traitor among them. It's this guy that reminds me of Homelander, basically. Even though I have not seen that show, the show that Homelander's in, I understand who the character is. It's French Homelander. That's his name. I mean, there's a bunch of French people in this, and I could try to pronounce their names, but I don't give a shit. So, yeah, there was very tinny copter audio where they were talking and yeah, couldn't bother to get proper audio. Were you lazy? Yes, you were. Alex basically is part of the team. He's upset at Fred, but then they end up having a camaraderie when they end up on a minefield later. They end up exploding a mine. This one guy ends up blowing up in a mine. I wish this movie had been trapped in a goddamn mine. Along with everybody that greenlit it. Okay, bit harsh, but come on. So, yeah, basically Alex is upset because he feels Fred betrayed him. Don't worry, no time to worry about that because they end up teaming up and Alex ends up saving him a little bit later. We get more shootouts. It's like Mad Max Beyond Nitrodome. I think a dome full of nitroglycerin would have actually made this movie better. Just have everybody fight there. The last one alive doesn't make it out alive because this movie should have not left anyone alive. So, yeah, does it seem like I'm just skipping over the finer points of this movie? Don't worry, there are no fine points of this movie. It's just pointless action, pointless blowing stuff up, and people that are of Arabic descent shooting indiscriminately. So, yeah, they do the oil lake homage after they blow up the rock and everything, but they don't bother with the tension filled with that where they, had to use some nitro to blow up the rock. They do that. Just blow that up. We get the oil lake part, where then the French Homelander guy shoots Fred, and oh no, he's dead. So then he's found a little bit later, but Homelander, French guy, doesn't bother to figure out how to drive along a cliff and falls over and explodes. No tension like with Luigi and Bimba. Yeah, those are the names. I just reviewed the movie yesterday, and this movie pissed me off so much. I forgot the names of the classic original. Please watch the classic original. Please do something else with your time other than watch this. Well, I mean, thank you for watching this review, but please do not watch this. God, this is just bad. So, yeah, they do that. They find Fred, and they bring Fred in their truck because French Homelander destroyed the other one. And the idea was they were going to have a drilling team to plant this nitro and blow up the thing. But no. The corporation says, you have to drive the truck in there or your family's going to die. And then Fred shoots the guy that's holding the family hostage, Alex's family, and then drives the truck into the goddamn thing and blows it up. And oh my God, it's so emotional. Except it's not. Thank God it's over, because I don't know if I could have taken any more of this goddamn thing. F, one of the worst fucking movies of the year. How dare you, person that greenlit this, or people that greenlit this, how very fucking dare you? You basically decided to make The Wages of Fear into a farce. A French farce. How dare you? Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rentlin. I'll see you soon.